So last week I forgot to change the colors of my lights to blue for the second temple, so I went ahead and I did that for this week, so now it's like the right color and everything like that. Also guys, if you didn't know, I am still supporting both fundraisers, so Equality Federation and Asian Americans Advancing Justice Atlanta. I'm still supporting both of them, even though we hit the goal already, so if you still want to donate, you can still do that on this video. But this week we have two new episodes. We have Bessie and MicroAngelo, and we have the third temple. Now, one of these episodes, like the Bessie and MicroAngelo, I think is going to be more of like a breather episode, but we also know that Anne's going to get her armor somehow, that we see her in like true colors in the third temple, because Matt Brawley put out some promo art that showed MicroAngelo on it, so I wonder how that's going to come into play. Also, I just think it's funny that like MicroAngelo was a character that was kind of just used as like a joke, but he's gonna get an episode now, which is kind of cool. So yeah, but then we have the third temple, which is gonna feature like some of the flashbacks and stuff like that, which I thought were gonna be in true colors. But like Marcy, Anne, and Sasha are gonna meet up for like the first time, like all three of them together since first getting transported to Amphibia, which is insane. Also, we are getting like two Sasha episodes back to back, which is also insane because that like never happens. So yeah, so lots to look forward to. I think ultimately they'll be able to achieve their goal of charging the final gem, because we know Sasha also got her glowy eye powers, but like the way things are heading, they're gonna get sent home. Well, at least they should get sent home soon, and that's kind of like what's gonna happen in True Colors, because the synopsis for that also got released. So yeah, so lots to look forward to here with the third temple. I cannot wait because it's gonna be a Sasha episode. But yeah, let's get into it. Bessie and MicroAngelo. I'm honestly really curious because I don't know what's gonna happen in this episode. It looks like they're packing up the flagon to go to the third temple.
No legs, you know?
You're supposed to get your legs soon, Polly. At least that's what Matt said by the end of the season.
Hey dear, these temples have been pretty nasty, and I want to be ready for
last one
anything.
wasn't too bad.
By contrast, you are an older
no.
snail. Much older. I mean, you've seen your
no,
share
don't
of
make her
winners,
feel
that's
bad.
for sure. Can I trust you with this very important job?
Man, Bessie is like the most reliable
That's my good
snail
girl.
ever. I wonder how much dialogue's gonna be in this episode. If it's gonna be primarily a Bessie and MicroAngelo episode. Nice catch. They purr? No, hard to be mad at him. Are those the bombs?
Definitely good.
That sock is
Fair.
destroyed.
Good, because
Man, Anne's foot, her right foot, just must be so gnarly.
I'll make over.
Oh no. Oh no.
Too short?
A little bit. Just a tad.
This is
Oh, hey, Frobo, what's up, man? Well, just get on one side of it, you'll be fine. No, why would you have to go right there on top? Oh, look at that. Look at that good boy. I love how very Looney Tunes this episode is so far. Oh, she putting her snail foot down. Oh, we're getting like a little snail song.
Never mind. It is clearly you.
a melee-focused warrior? Maybe a staff-wielding mage?
Definitely the warrior.
Well, I'm excited.
I'm definitely a hit things person. Not much of a spell person. Oh, stop falling asleep! Haven't you learned your lesson? Oh, just danger everywhere. How many maps do you have, Hop Hop? Jeez.
Bessie.
No, Bessie is so responsible. Oh no, the chain!
old girl.
Oh god. Oh.
Not really sure
Oh my
this
gosh,
is
it's
my style.
legit just the armor from Breath of the Wild. Oh, King
Sorcerer
Skull!
Supreme? Those are siege gauntlets with built-in fire launchers.
That sounds awesome. How convenient. Oh, that's too bad. And then MicroAngelo is never seen again. Oh, my family. That is a powerful snail. Good job. Wow. Well, that probably caused a lot of destruction, though.
I'm finally happy with who I see in the mirror right now.
But a summer cut might be cute.
No.
Looks
Added him to the picture. Cute. All right, but enough cute. Now we're getting to the serious, the nitty gritty. Oh, we're starting off
I'm
with
a
the
twin NPC
flashbacks
Amphibia's
right
background.
away.
I have
Oh man,
two.
older
Now
teens,
beat it.
jeez.
These-
Oh, Sasha. Oh, I mean, that's very true. She never gives up.
You want to swing with us?
Sasha Waybright.
They're so cute. Oh yay, Frobo's actually coming along for this one. Thank God. Oh, Joe Sparrow. Joe Sparrow also just won an Annie Award for Best Character Design for The Shut-In, so congrats to him. Good job, Frobo. Don't know why you didn't bring him to the second temple, but I'm glad you brought him for the third. Pat. Oh, I'm guessing that's Sasha and Grime. Oh, they're getting all shriveled up. This reminds me a lot of
Think you're strong enough to get across?
I have a distinct
Temple of the
feeling this
Goron
temple's
Mines from
about strength.
Twilight Princess. Oh no, she's not strong enough to lift it up! Sasha gonna come in? Yeah.
I can't believe
There's no time.
Oh,
Follow me.
hi, yeah, hi to you too.
Hey, girlfriend. Good to see you.
Oh,
Did you say we?
trust this. His arms look so tiny.
So I could tell Anne that everything that happened at Toad Tower was my fault. And doubly wrong of me to push you around.
I still don't trust this.
I've had a lot of time to think about things.
Uh-huh.
But,
I don't trust. I feel like it's gonna like double cross them in Utopia.
then it's a good thing I showed up.
And it honestly
What's
is
that
because
supposed
you
to
have
mean?
the power
It
of the
means
gem.
you three, it was just a suggestion.
Okay, well at
Now,
least
come on,
that's
let's move.
progress.
Oh, sweet relief.
Don't use it all.
You can keep that.
Oh, you only had to
This
just
thing's
lift it
gonna be
up
over
once?
before it's-
Okay, yeah, this guy.
Stay back, everyone. I got this.
Do you though? Yeah, you guys are a bit slowed down though, which may not be the best for this fight. Oh god, Marcy.
You don't trust me at all.
I mean,
Can you blame me?
yeah.
Why would I trust you? It
she's
wasn't
good
just
reason
Toad Tower,
to
Sasha.
not
You've been
do.
pushing me around my whole life. We can't do this.
Oh come on, Sasha, you're giving up? You've never given up on anything.
You never give
Yeah,
up.
she legit never gives up. Wow. It's a heavy cape, jeez. Thumbs up. I like how they just like assumed we're like, yes, this is you. Alright, and she got hers drained all the way too, so Anne was the only one who had half, presumably because her eyes glowed twice.
Should we open it?
No. If we turn that thing on, who knows where we'll end
Oh,
up.
no.
We should bring it to King Andrew so he can tell us how to use
This
it
is part
correctly
of
to
his
get home.
plan, oh no.
Of course.
I'm wondering if like Anne and Sasha are gonna team up for season 3.
Do you think maybe we could start over? Do things right this time?
Jokers to get safely into Newtopia.
And I'm pretty sure they bought my act back there.
I mean, like, I figured this was gonna happen. They were gonna invade Newtopia, but, like, at the same time, like, yeah, so you're just conflicted about it. Oh, God. Okay, so they're gonna invade Newtopia. She's gonna be like, oh, man, this is bad. This is getting out of hand. I shouldn't have done this. Andreas is gonna have a whole plan. She's gonna be like, all right, there's gonna be, like, a greater enemy here. And that's gonna be, like, the scene with her, like, putting her hands up and, like, Anne with the sword pointed at her. And then they're gonna team up for season 3 to undo Andreas' plan and whatever he has. That's my prediction right now. So this week we have a nice breather episode in Bessie and MicroAngelo and an intense dramatic one in the Third Temple. We'll start first with Bessie and MicroAngelo, and I'll go through this one pretty quick since this was a much more relaxed episode. I'm honestly surprised this was our first Bessie episode since she was in pretty much every episode in the first half of the season since the group was traveling to Newtopia. I'm also surprised that MicroAngelo actually got an episode since he seemed to just be a one-off character and joke, but I always like it when the show surprises you with the return of certain characters. With the group making preparations for the final temple, that leaves Hop Hop assigning Bessie the role of caretaker of MicroAngelo while they all get ready. And though it's small, I like that Hop Hop was actually encouraging Polly to bring more weapons to the temple. It just shows that he's learning to lighten up a little bit. Now, Bessie's pretty much all reliable when it comes to doing anything for Hop Hop and the family, so it makes sense why he would assign this job to her and why he has so much trust in her. The episode consists of MicroAngelo getting into various shenanigans and Bessie coming in to save him. And though she gets frustrated, she can't stay mad at him and genuinely seems to like looking after him. And while all of that is going on, Anne is getting a bit of a makeover in preparation for the final temple. Although Anne has not had good experiences with Marcy and Sasha's makeovers. And we get to see a lot of cool armor designs and even get an Owl House Easter egg with King's skull on the staff. Back with Bessie and MicroAngelo though, we see that things get a bit out of hand and Bessie ends up making a mess in an effort to protect MicroAngelo. I get that Hop Hop wants things to go off without a hitch, but punishing Bessie, who has continually pulled through for the family, seems rough. Unfortunately for Hop Hop, MicroAngelo and Bessie aren't the only ones making trouble as Sprig launches a fireball next to the fwagon and almost sets fire to the boom shrooms. MicroAngelo warns Bessie, but since she is chained, she's unable to help. Now MicroAngelo does try to go out and extinguish the fire, which at least shows he takes accountability and initiative in trying to help out. Until he gets grabbed by a giant bat creature. But this just motivates Bessie to save everyone, breaking out of the barn, saving MicroAngelo, and extinguishing the fire. Bessie is truly more than anyone deserves, and Hop Hop comes to this realization too in that maybe he shouldn't have put so much pressure on her. He even offers to free her from any future obligations to look after MicroAngelo, but even after everything, Bessie has grown attached to MicroAngelo and still wants to be a caretaker. Again, Bessie is truly more than anyone deserves. Back with Anna and her armor though, she realizes that she doesn't want anything flashy because she's at the point where she's happy with the person that she is. And she wants something that reflects that, so the simple plate armor is more than enough for her. And this shows a lot of growth on Anne's part since she started out as a more self-centered character, but is now at the point where she has acknowledged her development and is happy with who she is. Out of the trio, she's definitely been the one who's had the most progress in bettering herself. But speaking of the trio, this brings us to the third temple, where the three girls are reunited for the first time since first being transported to Amphibia. We open this episode with a flashback, one that I thought would be in true colors. This flashback shows that Anne and Marcy were friends before they had met Sasha, and upon meeting her, they seem to think she's pretty amazing with how she stood up for them. And I think you can see a lot of Sasha's personality here because she refers to Anne and Marcy as kids even though she's the same age as them. This makes it seem like Sasha sees herself as more mature, which could also explain some of the behaviors we see later on as she gets older. One of the other qualities that we see is that she never gives up. For better or for worse, Sasha is never one to throw in the towel, even at a young age. We also see that she is self-assured, thinking that she scared off the teens on her own rather than them just feeling weird about the situation. And lastly, it seems that she doesn't have many friends, if any, based on the fact that she was getting ready to walk away and her reaction when Anne offers to let her play with them. Based on all the qualities I just mentioned, I wouldn't be surprised if this is why she doesn't have friends. But going to the present, we see the group is heading to the third temple, and even though the gem wasn't charged all the way, it can still track. Frobo also tags along this time and gives the group access to the temple, but doesn't notice Sasha and Grime enter as well. And honestly, that's probably a good thing because the group is struggling a bit to battle the creatures within, but are saved by Sasha. Now Anne is rightfully cautious of seeing Sasha again after everything that has happened, and though she doesn't know it by the end of the episode, her suspicions are right. I mean, with the overly nice hello and the reaction we saw last episode when Sasha found out that Anne and Marcy were working together, Sasha apologizing wasn't something that was going to be genuine. At least that was hers and Grime's plan. As the episode goes on, Sasha may actually start feeling bad for her actions and some guilt for the act, but I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. This episode marks the first time that we see Sasha and Marcy interact outside of any flashbacks. Marcy likely has been told what went down at Toad Tower, but is still happy to see her friend again. Between Anne and Marcy, Marcy also seems to be the one who would give someone the benefit of the doubt. But this leads to Sasha apologizing to Anne for the events of Toad Tower, and even Hop Hop is skeptical of Sasha's apparent change of heart. Anne seems more willing of accepting the apology, but still has her suspicions. But Sasha does do a good job in pulling off the act, when she tells the planters to basically get lost because they'll only get in the way, and is quick to stand up for them. And rather than Sasha stick to her guns and make them leave the temple, she shrugs it off and says it was only a suggestion, something the Sasha that we know would never do. The group proceeds through the next trial thanks to Sasha's strength, and then are presented with the last trial, a battle with a temple guardian. Because of the change in gravity, everyone except Anne and Sasha gets sidelined for this fight, but this leaves the opportunity for the two to talk about their issues. I will say, since this is an act, Sasha is actually gaslighting Anne here because she accuses her of not trusting her. Anne doesn't trust her because of everything that has happened, but gives Sasha the benefit of the doubt in this moment and tries to be supportive of her friend. However, Sasha shouldn't be trusted because she only needed to get Anne and Marcy on her side for Grime's plan, and I'm sure the repercussions of this will be pretty big in what I'm assuming will be true colors when Sasha's intentions get revealed. Now, while all of this is part of a plan, I do feel that a part of Sasha does genuinely want to apologize and make amends. Her reactions to acknowledging she has treated Anne badly in the past, and when Anne is supportive of her and notes her positive traits, seem to be more genuine. And I feel this is because she knows that she's just acting, but for Anne, she is genuinely trying to make an attempt at repairing their friendship. This is something Sasha may not have accounted for in how willing Anne was in giving her a second chance and the kind words she had. And it's Anne's words that ultimately push Sasha to defeating the Guardian. With the Guardian defeated, Sasha charges the final gem. And like Marcy, Sasha's eyes drain completely. Anne's eyes very clearly only drained halfway, and I'm guessing this is because Anne's eyes glowed twice in the very first episode, Anne or Beast, and the first episode of Season 1, Handy Anne. So 2 glows might mean that Anne still has a little bit of power left from the gem. And I know there are a bunch of symbols here, this is the most elaborate one yet, so I'll decode this separately in the near future. With all of the gems charged, well, at least mostly charged, Anne wants to open up the box to see what happens. But Marcy is very quick to protest and suggest that the group gives it to Andreas, this likely being a part of the plan that he told her at the end of a day at the aquarium. And I wouldn't be surprised if Marcy ends up betraying Anne by going along with Andreas' plan. And I use the term betray loosely because I don't think Marcy wants to hurt Anne, she would just believe Andreas has the best intentions and most knowledge on the situation in getting them home, though we know that Andreas has ulterior motives. As the group leaves the temple, Sasha and Anne apologize and thank each other and both want to have a new start at a friendship. Things aren't going to be miraculously better, but it's a new start nonetheless. At least that's what it should be, but it's revealed that everything has been part of a plan for Sasha and Grime. However, it seems that Sasha is conflicted in going through with the plan. Between her reunion with Marcy and Anne's genuine interest in a fresh start, Sasha is likely seeing that the two had no plan of ditching her, and likely wants to go back to being friends again. She also knows how her betrayal will hurt Marcy and Anne. She has an opportunity to actually fix things, but going through with the plan might ruin things beyond repair. We know from the promo that Toads invade Newtopia, and Sasha may have an actual change of heart here, specifically with the moment of her surrendering to Anne. She may offer to try and stop whatever Grime has planned. Whether Anne accepts, we'll have to wait and see. Plus, there is whatever plan Andreas has that will also come into play in true colors. I feel that with a greater enemy, this will cause Anne, the planters, Sasha, and Grime to work together whether they want to or not. And I feel that after Marcy put her trust in Andreas only to be betrayed, will push her to work with Anne and Sasha. I mean, Marcy is the logical one, but I don't think she'll side with Andreas if it's revealed he's been lying to her about his intentions. With the way things are going, the show definitely seems to be setting up the big bad and a common goal for everyone to unify. The girls have been split for most of the show, and now they're going to be together for a bit, at least the next few episodes. But I could see Season 3 actually having them together throughout its entirety. But before we go speculating on Season 3, we will get to see the girls back in Wartwood for the dinner and Battle of the Bands. And I'm really curious to see the reaction Wartwood has to Sasha and Grime after everything that happened in Reunion. I'm guessing it won't be a warm welcome, but at least we'll get to see the girls together a bit more before everything comes to head in true colors. And with only 2 more weeks of episodes, I feel that the show is only going to continue its momentum before the Season 2 finale, True Colors. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you have a fantastic day, and until next time guys, take care.